Hello fragrance friends, it's Six Pack Sarah, your Scentsy fragrance consultant, and today I have for you my last installment of the Patricia Gaetz monthly melting challenge for November, and that I've been breaking up kind of weekly-ish. So this is my third installment and last for the month, and we're going to go over what scents I'm hoping to use to mostly fit her prompts, and also hopefully use up a bunch of these items. So let's see what I'm hoping to use. Alright, so I have everything divided out in these little bags again. If you're new, each day has a amount of wax to use, and I put them in these little bags because they're fun to carry around and put all my wax. And because I haven't thought of a better purpose for these collection bags that Scentsy gives. But anyway, so the 22nd is where we're at, and the prompt is a pine or sandalwood scent. I may add in or change around some things throughout these end of the month days, but this is the plan. So I'm going to put out Cabin Cuddles. This has 2 cubes left, and I'm going to put 1 cube in our bathroom because to me this is a masculine scent, kind of like Mahogany Vanilla from Bath & Body Works, and I enjoy it in my bathroom. I also want to test it to see if I want to get one more set of the scents of the season, or just put a couple in my club of the ones I enjoy the most. So we'll test that out and see if I think I want more. This is not pine or sandalwood, but I have 2 cubes left of butterbeer, and since it's the weekend, my son is home all day, so he likes to have this on, so I'll put that in his room. And then I was going to put satin sheets in our bedroom because it has sandalwood in it. But then I remembered I've been forgetting Old Fashioned Evening, which has sandalwood. So I'm going to put Old Fashioned Evening in our bedroom. So those are the ones I've picked for Pine or Sandalwood Day. Then for the 23rd is Cranberry Day. I'm excited for that one because I'm going to put cranberry Christmas cake in our kitchen. I've got 2 cubes to put in, and I am really enjoying this one, and I'm excited because the only time I used it before was in our bedroom, so I wasn't with it for the whole day, and I'm excited to be with it much more. I also want to use my 3 cubes of cider and crimson berries, which this was from the Harvest collection, so I'm gonna put these 3 cubes out. I think it's too sour / bubblegum for me, but we're gonna see how I feel. But yeah, I think it's nice. It's better than some of the others that lean bubblegum for me that are cranberry. But okay, and then I want to use up this apple cider cookie dough bread. I have 4 little pieces left from Rose Girls. Not really related to cranberry, but I'm gonna put it out anyway because I like to play by my own rules. And I have 1 lone cube of Crumb Top left, so I'm gonna stick that also in another warmer. It'll be a great, it'll go really well with apple cider cookie dough bread. So that's the plan. Again, not everything matches perfectly with the prompts, but the point of the prompts is to use your wax, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, then is Brick Day. Use a brick scent. Well, let me tell you, we're going to use some brick scents. Okay, also cheating though, because I used up my brick of sugar cookie, and so I'm using a couple bars before I start my next brick. So I'm using a bar, but it's a brick scent, and I'm putting my sugar cookie in my kitchen. Cheating again. I have a brick of pumpkin roll, but I also have this tester, and I thought might as well use up a tester. So I'm going to put some pumpkin roll in our living room, but I might pull from the brick too. We'll see. I also want to use my brick of caramel chestnut in one of our bathrooms. So I'm working on this, but I need to keep going. And I have not used it much this fall. I'm hoping I can use it more in the winter. There's just always so many yummy scents to use. And then in our other bathroom, I enjoy walnut raisin muffin. It's kind of weird that I enjoy it there, but I do. So let's go with it. So I've got a lot more of this brick left, and we'll put some of it in a bathroom. Then I want to use vanilla bean buttercream in my son's room, and I just have one little brick cube left there, and I may not use all of it, but I've got one day later to use it in. But yeah, I'm excited because I think I can use this brick up this month. And we've got maraschino sugar cookie. I did get another brick of this, but I'll work on my bar because I've already pulled from it, and this one's a year old. Maraschino sugar cookie in my girls' bedroom. And then in this room, my office, I have Cozy Fireside. Once again, I do own the brick, but this bar is older, and so I want to use that first, but that'll still help towards my brick stash because I won't be using my brick until I finish that bar up. So let's work on the bar. All right, and last for brick day is my basement, which is vanilla, cinnamon, maple, and this one I have, I think is from, what was it, 2022? Nope, 2021, I believe, is when we got these. Anyway, so I still have all of this. So I want to use some of that, and I'm going to put it in our basement. It's nice down there. I may mix something with it, but I have not decided that. So I decided to go all in on brick day. Does that mean I'm using much of any brick? No, I understand that, but I'm going to dig into some bricks. So that's good. The 25th is a pumpkin or a brown wax. So let's see what I found. From Lavender and Speckles, pumpkin pecans and spiced buttercream. And I warmed this shortly after it was ready in October, and I very much enjoyed it, and I'm excited to use it again. And then I've got pumpkin cinnamon swirl, which happens to be pumpkin and brown tan. So I'm going to use that in my living room in alternating warmers with turning over a new leaf. It's sort of more orange than brown, but it's just, I think it'll go well together, and then I can use up this portion of my wax. When I've got these small bags, I have put some from a regular mini melter bag into a smaller one because this is how much I was hoping to use up in this season, and I don't mind saving half of a bag for next season. All right, and then we've got Lavender and Speckles, molasses, cream cheese frosting, and brown sugar pumpkin donuts. This still makes me nervous. I haven't tried it on warm yet. On cold it makes me nervous, but people really love it. So I'm going to put it in this room because it gives me a way to step away if it's not doing well for me, but it's still close enough that I can smell it. But also it is a scent that makes me think I need to do it in like this type of weather, getting close to Thanksgiving and all that. So I think it'll go over well in that sense. And I want to use up Ooey Gooey oatmeal marshmallow iced coffee. I just have 3 pieces left, so I'm going to spread that all over our basement and possibly the garage. I will probably mix with pie crust, and if I feel like mixing in more warmers, I've got cupcakes at Tiffany's. So I'm hoping to use up a lot of that, Rose Girls. All right, day 26 is suitable for guests. I want to use my Snickerdoodle apple pie cookies. Is this guest specific? I don't know, but I enjoy it a lot. I think it's it's a gentler scent of spice because it has the monster cookie and pie crust in there, making it more gentle. And I really did enjoy this around Thanksgiving last year, so I wanted to use it again now. I also want to use Welcome Home, which I think is very guest friendly because it's that warm, cozy spice that a lot of people are drawn to. But I will probably alternate warmer mix it with walnut raisin muffin because this is less spicy and I sometimes enjoy it more. But at some point I decided that walnut raisin muffin was like my personal version of Welcome Home. I've enjoyed Welcome Home in the past, but it kind of lacked some luster for me or something. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and use those 2 cents. Then, if I still have vanilla bean buttercream left in the brick, I will definitely use that on this day because that's a nice guest-friendly scent. I could change things up. I also didn't grab it, but I have a bar of sparkling yellow in her other bathroom, and so I might put that there. It's always nice fresh lemon scents are nice for guests. It's not quite cleaner lemon, so it's not like, oh, I just cleaned my bathroom. But I think it'll still be nice. And then I'll use up my other cube of butterbeer in my boys' room again. And I thought Cider Mill Bake Shop is not quite as, if you're saying, will everyone just enjoy this? Maybe not as much for this, but I do think it's a nice scent. And plus I just want to see if I can use up this part of my bag for this year. And then in our bedroom, I want to do vanilla cream. I've got 4 cubes left of this. This is a very nice vanilla. Okay, on the 27th, which is American Thanksgiving, it's anything that starts with a T. Well, I'm not actually going to be around most of Thanksgiving. We're going to my in-laws for the day, actually for overnight. So I picked a little bit, but it may not end up getting put out. But in Imagination Land, where I can pick whatever scents I want, and I'm here to melt it for Thanksgiving, I would do toasted acorn and oak in alternate warmers with Autumn Blaze maple. Now I only have 2 cubes left, so I may put this out no matter what. Autumn Blaze maple is one of my favorites, and I do really enjoy when they're alternate warmers. It's like a little smokiness with the sweet, and it's pretty good. Excellent boiled potatoes is a little bit too potatoey for me, sweet potatoey. So if I'm going to warm it, it feels like it needs to be for Thanksgiving, but I may not end up getting it put out since I won't be here. But I am curious to see how it melts, so maybe I'll even rearrange my schedule and get it put out another day if I find a warmer that I'm like, oh, this one needs more wax. Alright, and then a very Mario Thanksgiving. I do want to make sure I put this out at some point right before or after Thanksgiving because I very much enjoy it. This is more what I was hoping the excellent boiled potatoes would smell like. It's a little sweeter, but still has like that sweet potato spice aspect. But yeah, I really enjoyed that one last year, so I'm going to find somewhere to warm it, even if I end up not doing it on Thanksgiving. Likewise, on Black Friday, we will still be at my in-laws, but I'm not sure what time we're getting back. So I went ahead and for deeply discounted day, I just picked stuff that is discounted is kind of not what I went with. Mostly because it's the end of the month and it's the end of fall. I'm more concerned with using up things that are left than worrying about whether I got it as a discount to begin with. I have 2 cubes left of this Marvel 9 Realms bar, which I did get discounted because it was a flash sale thing or clearance or whatever. So I definitely got this one discounted. And Cashmere Leaves I don't remember if this was a club pickup or a flash sale as well, but I enjoy this one. And I'm warming it today, actually, and I was like, why am I smelling 'Tis the Season? I thought I put that wax that I was smelling earlier away. Oh, it was cashmere leaves. So I do remember that in the past I've thought, this is kind of like my fall version of 'Tis the Season. Also, Scentsy's Crimson Berry Christmas. To me, they're similar. Yeah, so I enjoy it for that reason, but it's a little more earthy than those. So it's been in and out of my club, and now that it's back in the promo, I have to figure out, does it deserve a spot in my club, or do I just pick up a spare one? But I love 'Tis the Season, so maybe I should put it in. Anyway, moving on from deeply discounted day. I don't have a ton picked out every single day at the end of the month because, again, I'm kind of going to shift things around with not being here. For Small Business Saturday, I do have vendor wax picked out for that because that's small business, so that makes it easy. Lavender and Speckles Donut Shop. I've got 2 cubes left for my kitchen, so that will be a yummy kitchen day. I have candy corn from Smith & Company. Now, they're a small business who's no longer selling wax. I'm going to do candy corn, and I like that one in our bedroom. It's kind of weird, but that's really nice in there for me. I want to go back and use up some more of the Snickerdoodle apple pie cookies from Rose Girls. I don't want to have to hang on to that, but I don't use a ton of anything at one time, so I'm not entirely sure. And then Cider Mill Bake Shop, I will probably have at least one of these half pieces left, so I will use that up. And then finally, on the 30th is wax leftovers. Well, that's technically the theme of my month for a lot of these, but the ones I have seen that I have leftovers to use up, I may pull from a couple of these if I don't quite use them up, but I already have bread and butter, a half of a piece left, so I think I'll use that up in my kitchen that day. Autumn Sunset, I managed to only use up with only 1 cube left. This one I do enjoy, although when I put it on this last week, the next morning I was like, what? Smells terrible. But not terrible, just really perfumey. And I was like, why is it perfumey? So apparently after a day or so, Autumn Sunset turns perfumey to me. Okay, I've gotten to the point where I can just change my wax. If day 2 is weird, I just change it. Spooky but Sweet. I've got 2 cubes left. This is the type of scent where I'm also okay with just keeping a little bit left so that I don't have to necessarily buy a bar next year, assuming it comes back. But if it's only 2 cubes, I'm just going to use it. It's pretty good. I like Gimme Candy better, but I've been using this up instead of using Gimme Candy. I probably should just not have this and use Gimme Candy. Oh well. And I've got 2 cubes left of Christmas Tree Farm, so like, ooh, almost December, gonna totally get into the Christmas vibes. Plus, there's just a little bit left. Plus, it's like more of a smoky treat to me. So it's like a springboard into Christmas rather than actually being all in Christmas. That's my reasoning to myself. But I should have quite a few empties on the 30th, and the few days before should have a decent amount of empties. So anyway, that's what I'm hoping to get through at the end of November. And we're going to do something entirely different for December, so stay tuned. I will be posting my vendor melting basket in a few days. And then we've got brick changeover. Some of my bricks I'll be setting aside in storage, and I'll pull out some Christmas ones, so look for that. And candle changeover is coming too, plus a couple hauls. So lots to look forward to. Make sure you're subscribed and keep an eye out for my upcoming videos. But thank you for watching. Thanks for joining me, and I will talk to you later. Bye.